Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Space Station Silicon Valley for the Nintendo 64. In the last video, we played Ice and Easy Does It, and now we're going to play Penguin Playpen, which I never got past as a kid because I had no patience for the game. The sensors have located a stinky seagull who was laughing when you crash-landed, Evo. Go get it! Huh! The penguins have built a statue of their king on top of the exit. Get out of that! So we need to kill that fat, ugly bird, and we need to get rid of that stupid statue. And as soon as you start, you'll play as the penguin. There's nothing around you at the start, so just go down the slope. If you know what you're doing, you can actually hit the seagull once and only once with your snowballs before it flies elsewhere. We'll see it eventually. For now, grab that power cell and let's destroy a fish. We actually need to destroy the fish if we want to get everything that is in this level, believe it or not. Interestingly, there are 3 fish in this pond. And if you destroy all 3 of them, which hopefully I'll be able to do very soon, even as some of my snowballs float in the water, you'll get a cutscene in which the trophy activates, and we'll need to go get it. In order to get the power cells above the water, we need to play as the fish. Type: Cool Cod. Environment: Ice. Skill A: Jump. Skill B: Speed Boost. Water resistance: Excellent. Mass: Tiny. Armor: Light. Strength: Weak. Traction: Very poor. Fall distance: Medium. Production: Very short. Engine: Jet. Intelligence: Medium. So you control your altitude with up and down on the control stick. Holding A allows you to do the speed boost, and pressing B allows you to dive out of the water, and if you press B again while you're in midair, you'll do a jump. So skill A is supposed to be the speed boost, and skill B is supposed to be the jump. For some reason, the game gets it the other way around. Not quite sure why. It's not like you'll be using this animal for much of anything anyway. So now we need to get onto this landmass. We need to grab this power cell, and we need to take control of the walrus. We can use the walrus to push the block into the gap and continue on. And we won't be able to get over the fence as the walrus, and if we try to get on land with the cool cod, we'll die. So we have to continue on as the penguin. Now that we got the box in the gap, we can use the ability to move around, hopefully, to get up the slope here and get to the penguin. If you're on the water, you can move solely with the control pad. You don't need to use a speed boost. But if you're on land as the walrus, you have to use a speed boost in order to get yourself momentum. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back here with the penguin. And if you hold A, you can get the penguin to float with what looks like an umbrella or a parachute or something. I love you! And these guys just walk off and go off the slope there. Let's get the power cell, because that's easy to miss. And then we're going to go down there. Do not tangle with the polar bear tank that is down there. You will get decimated. Also, this penguin gets some serious airtime. So once we get down here, we need to get to this lift immediately, and we need to take it upwards. Upwards here is a ski husky, and if we get close enough to it, it will attack us. We need to go down the slope, and we need to get it down here. And then we need to get back to the lift immediately before we get blasted even more. Is the husky down there? You actually want the husky. Yeah, the husky is definitely down there. And it's actually got more distance than I expected because it actually ended up going towards the penguins and blasting it. It's trying to get near me. But here's the problem. There's the husky. There's the polar bear. Polar bear is going to go that way, which means that the husky and the polar bear are going to start fighting. And the husky is going to get destroyed. And I thought it got destroyed. Nope, it got destroyed on my way back. So now we can play as the husky, which I plan on doing. Type, Ski Husky. Environment, Ice. Skill A, Speed Boost. Skill B, Missiles. Wide Resistance, Poor. Mass, Medium. Armor, Light. Strength, Medium. Traction, Very Poor. Fall Distance, Medium. Production, Medium. Engine, Electric. Intelligence, Medium. Let's go ahead and get the energy just because. We're going to get rid of the penguins for just in case. We're going to let the missiles refill. And we're going to tackle the polar bear so that way it doesn't become a problem. And I need to get myself away from that bear. Okay. Get away. There we go. Now, if you actually get... Well, that was talented. If you actually get to destroy the polar bear, you don't get the stats for it, which is kind of weird. A shoots the little bombs, while B drops the mines. It's like having an oversized rat with missiles. Believe it or not. Anyway, we need to get over to the ice. And we need to grab the power cells that are around here in case we are looking for power cells, which we are. And we need to go up this ramp. We need to go back to where we originally were. I'm going to smash this for just in case. Now you can control the husky with up and down on the control stick. And it's not as fast as the speed boost. You still get a little bit of momentum though, which is useful. And you don't slat around as much, which I like. And the energy is going to go over there. Okay, I need to remember that for just in case, because I might need energy later on. Let's get ourselves a little bit of momentum so we can get this power cell. I was pretty much almost right there. That's impressive. And we need to cross the bridge, and we need to do so carefully. There's a power cell here. Got ourselves a little bit of ice to work with. And that black blob is the seagull. It will be flying around. We need to take it out. It will come at us, and it will attack us with a claw attack. That's why I did that. And we can also take advantage of playing as a seagull. Type, seagull. Environment, ice. Skill A, flight. Skill B, claw attack. Water resistance, excellent. Mass, medium. Armor, light. Strength, little lift. Traction, average. Fall distance, high. Production, medium. Engine, kerosene. Intelligence, low. So, with that out of the way, we can actually fly around by holding A and then go controlling where we want and where we turn with the control stick. And we can get ourselves a few things that way, including the trophy, which I have no problem getting. We need to go back to the Husky right quick. And, what do you know? You actually can move around with the control stick. The claw attack can only be performed in midair. It lets you extend your foot forward, or your feet rather, your talons forward, and you can attack enemies from nearby. Even though I wouldn't recommend it. Plus, there's not going to be much to attack by the time you're done with the seagull anyway. Anyway, we're going to do a few things here while we're going this way. We need to get the power cell. And I'm going to open up the energy for just in case. It's flying around. Cool, that's fine. That's excellent. Need to take out the penguin for something that I'm going to have to do. And that's the thing that I have to do. So we need to get all 4 of these switches toggled at the same time in order to get rid of the penguin statue, the Penguin King statue. If we don't do that, we're not going to be able to exit. And I'll go ahead and get that later. For now, we're gonna go up here. We're gonna head towards the statues here, which I don't mind doing. We're gonna place the penguin on a switch, and then we're gonna have to make our way in that direction. Make sure we get that power cell. And we need to get to another penguin. I'm going to get some energy just in case. Just because. Actually, it's better if I get it anyway. I'm at less than half. I'm going to need it. That's good enough. All right. Let us float our way down here. And that's probably the best place for me to put that. So with that taken care of, we're going to get back to the Husky. And I'm going to use this guy to make it a little easier because he's close and I can get into him. Close enough. I thought I'd do the instant transfer thing, but I didn't. Whatever, I'm okay with it. Alright. Whoa. Need to watch that momentum. Because I do not feel like dying after doing everything that I have done. Okay. Stuff's right there. I'm going to need the seagull again. Because even when we get the exit unlocked, we're still going to need to fly to it. And of course, this makes it easier for me to get the energy. Like, I'm really going to do all that maneuvering with the Ski Husky. That's not happening. We got the trophy. At least I believe we've gotten a trophy. Okay, we've got the trophy. We've gotten all the power cells. All that's left to be done is to hit the final switch. And that will incinerate the statue. It's gonna melt it. Just like that. And now, we just need to fly over here. Checking one more time, because I know I got the trophy. I just want to make sure I had the power cells. And, well, we got it. After so many years of having not beaten this course, this puzzle, this stage, I have finally beaten it. And that leads us to Pinball Blizzard. But we can also play Jungle Japes, which was supposed to be the original name for Jungle Hijinks, but never was used in the game. It ended up being Jungle Hijinks instead. And we now have access to the jungle levels for the first time. But I'm still going to be playing the ice levels. I'm going to be doing those in order. And I cannot wait to see what Pinball Blizzard has in store, because I've never gotten this far before. Same with, I've never seen the jungle stages either, but, well, that's because I didn't have any patience for this game whatsoever when I was a kid. Now, did I? Anyway, join me next time where we take on the 4th ice level of the game. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!